Hello everybody, Steffi here from The Makers. Oh, this camera is a bit funny setting. I think it's moved. Let me just move that over. Oh, you might see something you don't want to see now. Just bear with me. Ah, that's better. Ah, much better. Oh, I've got the top of my head shaved off now. Oh my goodness. I set all of this up before, but it obviously changed. Ah, that's better. Ah, it's nice to see you all. How is everybody today? I'm super excited because I love a good old witch. She's actually gone for sleep. Had a little rest here. There we go. She's standing up there, and the wizard is here. So we're starting today with part 1 to make a witch or a wizard. If you have got our handy pack to make the witch and wizard, then you are all set to felt along. If you don't have that, then double check that you've got everything that we give in the description of the videos as well. And just to remind everybody, we're actually making them with a set of hands like this, so that will be part of the pack as well. And but lots of you I know have already got the hand pack to make the more sort of like the more intricate hands with the single fingers. And for that you do need our hand pack, or maybe you know how to make those hands. And that looks like that. That's the hand pack. So you can make lots of hands in there, and you get the instructions of how to do it. So I'm just going to have a quick check who's there today, and then we get cracking. So it looks like we've got lots of oh my goodness, lots of people already chatting away. You're always such a chatty lot. Lots. Diana is there, and Helen is there, and Pauline, Fenny is there, and Faith, Sandra. Lots of you. Lots of you. Hello everyone. Hi Alex. Hi Anne. Hi Teresa. Hi Bridget. Yeah, lots. Hi Carol. I'm trying to spot the new names. Hi Maria. Hi Pamela. Pamela from Silverton, Oregon. So that's really, really early for you. Which reminds me, if you want to watch this at more decent times, if you are watching from other parts of the world, we will be restreaming this on Facebook at 7 p.m. on Thursday. That's 7 p.m. British Summer Time. And this is this Thursday. So today is the 8th of September 2020. And it will be restreamed on the 10th of September at 7 p.m. and it's a bit like a watch party. Even if you watched it already, you might want to join us again, and we just have a little chat and a little bit of a good time. I'm just going to give you a quick close up of where we're getting today. So just stay with me. So this is the head. This is how far we will be getting. We will be managing to do today, and hopefully, obviously this is the witch's head, but you can obviously make the wizard as well. I will show you sort of, I give you diversions of where to stab differently and add things differently. Yeah, so that's where we're getting today. And then next time we will be getting to the hands as well. So that's it. I'm just going to go big again. Ooh, not happy to stand up. So let's get started, and we will start with opening the pack, if you've got it. Excellent. Oh yes, and I also should say, I'll say this from the beginning, we have a new format. So this is now our Makers Make Along. We're still in a happy place, and I still have my happy place mug that I'm drinking my peppermint tea from. Of course, you must still share whatever you're making on Everyone a Maker. But it's a slightly different format in that we do our YouTube stream on a Tuesday at 1 p.m. British Summer Time. Then we're restreaming it on, it's a repeat basically, on Thursday at 7 p.m. It's like a watch party, so we will still be there and joining you. And we also have got a competition every week now. And the competition is so that you can win a prize. And this week's prize, the lucky winner, will be announced. So you can also win a prize on the Thursday Facebook repeats. And the lucky winner will win a really well hidden project. I know it's there, I know it's there, I know it's there. Because, it's hiding. It's so flat, it's hiding away. It is a pack of our beeswax balm hearts. You get 3 in a pack. I'll show you a bit closer up here. So you get 3 in the pack, 1, 2, 3. And if you're making the sort of more complicated hands, these are totally amazing for that. They're also great. The beeswax balm is our own recipe, made in our own facilities, and it's great if you want to use it for wrapping wool around wire. It's also great if you want to smooth fluffy wool down, sort of give it more of a waxy look, and it also smells nice, and it's just nice all around. It's just one of those things that you have to have, obviously. And you can win this, and I tell you how you can win it. I repeat it a few times. So this only goes for people today on the 8th of September, the competition. Whatever comment you're putting in, I'll tell you what it is in a minute. And it also goes for the Facebook live stream on, well, it's a repeat of the live stream on the 10th of September at 7 p.m. So we're giving one away today, and then again on Thursday. And what we really would love to know is if you were a witch or a wizard, what would be a wicked spell? Give us your best spell. What is it? Is it hocus pocus, whatever, or abracadabra, whatever, or whatever phrase you want to start with? Tell us what your witch and wizard will do for you if you could ask them to cast a spell. So we want to hear a really nice spell. The spells, it's going to give us hopefully a really nice entertaining time, but the winner will be picked at complete random. So we will not give anybody a preference. It will literally, whatever you comment and whatever your spell is, we'll put it in a big bag, and it's going to be the magic hands that will pull out the winner, and that's it. The magic hands, like that one. It's like, pick out the winner. There it is. Okay, so there's no we're not giving anybody any preference. It's completely random. So if you think, oh, but my magic spell was much better than anybody else's, well, it's just potluck, because today that's just how we're going to do the competition. Okay, so let's get started by unpacking this pack. There we go. Okay, there you go. So you get your instructions in there. If you get a pack from us in general, it always means that there aren't any tools in it. So you have to get your own, use your own tools. In fact, I'm just going to go a little bit smaller here so that you can actually see what's inside. So there's the instructions. You also always get a bit of information from us in any of your packs. This one is about basic needle felting skills and ingredients. There are the instructions ready for you to use. I show you the pages as I'm going along if I remember, but I basically will cover all of this, and we will be getting as far as this today, adding the eye, and we will make a start on the basic arms, and I will repeat that on next week Tuesday on the second part of the Witch and Wizard, so that if you want to make the more intricate hands and you haven't got a hand pack, then you can still get it, because what we have got a video tutorial on our YouTube channel, and that is how to make the wire armature hand. So it's not too late yet if you have been debating and you wondered, should I make the hands, the intricate hands, or should I just do the little sort of mitten, like the mitten thumb, then you can still do it, because if you order it today, the hand pack, we'll post it out before, and you have it before Tuesday next week. That is if you're in UK, with a bit of luck somewhere abroad as well, but I'm not entirely sure about this, depending on how quick your postman can run down the lane to deliver it to you. So in your Witch and Wizard pack, you are getting these different wires. I'm just going to go a bit smaller again. Now, these here, this one we're mainly using for the hands, and then we have got this silver wire. You're going to put to one side all together because that's for the wizard's glasses if you're going to give him glasses, and then this bent wire is what we start with first. So we need to take one of those. Remember, because you have got you can make a witch and a wizard, you have everything double, so you can put one set away now of your pipe cleaner and your wire, because you only use one set. You've also got eyes in here, and we don't need to get them out just yet. We just put them to one side because they're for later, for the end of the tutorial. Then you get all this colorful wool. Now this colorful wool, we'll be starting a little bit on this today. You've got your wizard's beard, which is that grey, wise old fluff there. And you've got your witch's hair, which is a mix of red and purple. She's been definitely doing a good dye job there. It was probably a spell. And then you've got colored wool. Now this is one of my favorite colors, which is the plant dyed orange, and that's perfect for making like sort of giving her features like the mouth, and coloring in her warts a bit so that they're nice and red and shiny like they should be. And then the other colors, if you're making a wizard, you can color his hat in. So you have a choice of some of those multicolors. Incidentally, this is all plant dyed wool. It's our plant dyed rainbow, which you can also buy separately if you like the look of that. I absolutely love this. They're really, really nice colors. If you do landscape pictures or anything like this, they're sort of, well, they're natural colors because they've come from nature. So you can put this to one side as well for now. And I'm just going to get the instructions out. And we're starting with the wire, the shorter wire, and with the core wool. Now the core wool is the big lot here at the bottom. So take all of this out, put the black and the pink to one side at the moment, and just take out a little bit of core wool. Just tease some out of the bag. There we go. So I've got a patch of core wool now. And all I'm going to do now is, and I'm actually going to remove this felting mat. This is, of course, our lovely earth mat, and I would never dream of not using it. It's just that you can't see while I'm doing this. So the green background is probably a bit more easier to follow. And all you're going to do now is you're going to start wrapping. Unbend that wire so you've got the full length. You're going to start wrapping this around your wire, this core wool. And this is when it's really handy to have a beeswax balm. I've got one handy here actually, because you can do it without, but I just show you the benefits of having it. So you can run your wire in that crease at the top here, and all it does is it just adds a bit of resistance to the wire, even though this wire is paper covered, so there's already more resistance than if it was bare. But if you have the beeswax balm, then you can just wrap the wool far more easily around this. And all I'm doing is actually right now, so the wool doesn't sort of swivel around, it sticks to the wire. You don't need to use as big a patch as I've used here, so you can make that smaller. It probably looks a bit clumsy doing that. So I'm wrapping the wool around it. Now what is really important, I'm going to do this slowly now. You keep your wool flat like a ribbon. Can you see how that is the technique of how you wrap wool around the wire. You keep it flat. You do not want to twist the wool in itself. You're wrapping it around the wire, but you don't want to add an extra twist. So if I don't let go of it, I'll show you what happens. It twists in on itself. Can you see? And then you just end up with a really twisty type of cover, and a string-like cover, like where it's twisted here. You don't want that to happen. So you want to keep it nice and flat like a ribbon. So you have to always let go of it so that it doesn't twist. And then when you've wrapped this sort of about that way, then you're going to bend this wire in so that you properly trap this wool that you've wrapped, you've properly trapped it now. It's not going anywhere, because now you're going to use more wool to build it up so that you end up with a nice size ball at the end. And you will need lots of layers, so you don't even need to needle felt just yet when it's tiny like this. So you've got the long wire there. So so basically, just to repeat what I've just done, we've had so you have in each pack you have got a wire that looks like this, and you've got a wire that looks like that, which is the pipe cleaner, just for those who've missed that. Okay, so these are our wires, and then you also get 2 of each of these, because you can make both characters. And then you also get a bit of silver wire, and you put this to one side because this is the very last bit. If you're making a wizard, that's his glasses. Okay, these are his unfinished glasses. Whichever one you're making, you need both of these, for the witch and for the wizard. But because you've got 2 of them, put one whole set away, and then only use this wire here that probably came bent in your pack, but you just unbend it. And this is where I've started, where you start wrapping the wool around it so that you have enough to bend it in and to trap the wool. And then you continue building up a larger layer of this wool, and this is when we're going to start needle felting in a minute. So I'm just building up more of this layer. So when it gets quite unruly, where you think, oh, this is like, you know, I'm sort of smoothing it down and it stays on there, this is when you need your felting needle. And you can use a coarse or a medium felting needle for this, and you're just going to stab into the base first, because that's where it's the most fluffy, probably. Just, if you're not using a felting mat, mind your fingers. And I'm not anywhere near the wire either, so I'm just stabbing all over with a few shallow stabs to defluff it. So, and that will also fuse it together, and it will firm it up at the same time. There we are. So I'm making this head that I'm doing for the witch and for the wizard, but I'm actually shaping it already so that it becomes a bit more solid, and I take the fluffy bits out of it. This will be covered with pink later, so don't worry too much about what it looks like, what the actual surface looks like. That'd be absolutely fine, just even if it's got some unsightful things to it. And so that's my head here at the moment, and I can add a little bit more of a layer. You want it to sort of fit comfortably in your hand, maybe sort of like a duck egg size. So I'm going to add some more of this white fluffy wool, and I do apologize if there's noise in the background, but it's the postman, and on a Monday he always has to make several trips, because we're not usually open at the weekend to post orders, so we're extra busy on a Monday and Tuesday. Right, here we go. So that added another layer, and now I'm going to felt this down as I did before. And whilst you're catching up with me, I'll have a quick look at the comments and tell you a little bit more about some of the things that we're up to this week and even further into the week. So just give this a few stabs all around. Try and keep it so fairly round. I mean, it will determine the size and the shape of your witch or wizard's head. At the moment, I haven't decided yet what I'm making, and you might not have either. You only have to decide about this when you start putting shapes onto the head, like the nose, and maybe you want to give the witch some wartses and maybe not the wizard. It's entirely up to you. I'm sure that there are wizard wartses as many as there are witches wartses. So I'm obviously very excited to see some of your spells as well. So I will just have a quick look on the comments now. So there you go. You can continue stabbing your ball and build up layers while I have a look at the comments. But this is basically the whole thing. So this is the wire, the whole length of the wire. I've unbent it. I've added on one end this fluffy wool ball, and to make sure that the wire can't come out, I've bent it in and trapped the wool. Okay, let's have a look. You're probably all busy doing all kinds of things like making a witch's head, maybe. So maybe you haven't had that much time to give us some cool spells, but Emma is keeping a tab on it, and then she's picking one at random. So I have no idea where these spells are. Let's have a look. Lots of people commenting on all kinds of things. Oh yeah, I did see, Laura, I did see a Dracula for the mouse competition. That of course is now finished because that was finishing at the end of the month. I'm just trying to find some spells. Let's find some spells. Have a little sip of tea as well. Where are these spells then? Come on, guys. Teresa said, 2 days ago it would have been abracadabra, where's my sloth kid hiding? But I found it. Oh, well. That's hilarious. And Diane says, witchy, witchy, woo, he got a spell for you. I've got a spell for you even, not he. Oh, I like that. Ooh, Pauline says, eye of newt and toe of rat, my spell would make me a new earth mat. Oh, well, you know what? You don't need a spell for that. We can help you with this. And Laura says, bibbity bobbity boo, I've put a spell on you. On me? Oh my goodness, what am I going to be? And Faith says she's loving our autumnal green ensemble. I have to have a look what is actually there. Green? I've got something green. Okay. Well, I take your word for it, Faith. And oh, I see. That's where you found your sloth kid. Ah, my clothes. Okay. Yes. Well, do you know what? It's really funny because the other day I was I've got a really weird eye color. Well, I don't know what my eye color is, but in my passport, because in German passport it tells you eye colors. I don't know if it does in British ones, but it does in German ones. It says blue green, and I can in all honesty say there's no blue in it. So the other day I was wearing this and I thought, oh, I think I found my eye color. It's some sort of murky green, muddy puddle type of color. And the funny thing is my husband's got really blue eyes, like you could never not think that they're blue. And all my children have got my eye color. So we're always saying, what colors are our eyes? We're not quite sure. It's something sort of undefined, muddledy, greeny, yeah, murky, whatever. So I think, can you see? It does match my eye color, right? I've got, yeah, that's my color. Hilarious. So anyway, that and I thought, oh, I must wear that today. Anyway, coming back to witches and wizards, how far have you got with your little heady head ball? I'm going to go on to the next step now, so I hope you are all ready for this, and I'm just going to go to the camera where you can see it nice. So if you've got as far as this, now I can give you measurements if you wish, and mine is now about 6 centimeters long. I've got big hands, but it sort of fits comfortably. If you imagine, it's like a big chicken egg, like, you know, the big ones that some of these big hens squeeze out. It's that sort of size, and it fits in my hand quite comfortably. It is not quite the size of a tennis ball, and it's definitely bigger than a golf ball. But even if it is the size of a tennis ball, don't worry about it, because you just gonna have a witch or wizard with a big head. That's all. And once we've covered it with wool, it will and put features onto it, it will become bigger anyway. So this is not the finished size yet. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to make a nose. And so we're not going to cover the whole head just yet. We're just using some of this lovely flesh pink, which is a really nice color actually if you're trying to sort of imitate a fleshy color, whether that is on an animal or human flesh. It's a really nice color. And I'm going to use my felting mat for this because I need to step a bit closer to yeah, here we go. So I've got a piece of and it says about 1 gram. Now you don't have to weigh this, honestly, it's not that precise, but it looks about like this. I've just taken a bit off, sort of it covers the top part of my hand, like my fingers, and I've kept it quite flat. And now I'm going to fold this in half, and I've got my folded edge here. I'm going to keep that what is my, well, it's my, turn it round because I'm going to keep it at the top if you're copying me. So this piece of wool, I've just literally folded in half, and I've got the folded edge at the top. And now I'm going to roll it in. Now I'm going to roll this in from the side. I'm going to repeat this a couple of times. There we go. And it would be like a sausage like this. So I'm going to show you this again. I think somebody's just asked how firm the head is. Okay, this is quite squishy. It's not rock solid, but if yours is firmer than that, then that's fine too. I don't think it should be any looser. So just stub it a bit more and then add more layers if need be. That's basically the advice I would give. So you've got your flat piece of pink wool here. I'm going to fold it into half, having the folded edge at the top, and then I'm going to turn it slightly so it's on the folded edge is on the side now, and go and roll this up. If you have got our witch pack and wizard pack, you get all the wire in the pack, but if you haven't, the wire that we're using, which is actually quite useful to know, this one here is the paper covered wire, and that is the 22 gauge. That's a wire gauge. We also do this in a lot thinner versions, but this is the thickest of the paper covered wire that we do, which comes it's a 36 centimeter length, whatever that is in inches, I've no idea, and it's slightly longer than a ruler, if that makes sense at all. And if you've made the hands for the witch and the wizard from our hand pack, then you will know that there are 3 sizes of wires, and this is the thickest because you'll be using all 3 of them in the hand pack, I believe. So for the 3rd time, making a nose, I'm folding this in. I keep the folded edges here at the top, turn it to the side, and then I'm rolling it in from the side into a firm sausage. So now is probably a good time to decide whether you're making a witch or a wizard. The reason being, if you're making a witch, it's sort of more of a long stubby nose. If you're making a wizard, you're probably going to make a longer nose. And I know what you're all going to be saying in a minute. There'll be lots of pictures that will look nothing like a witch and wizard, but I'm not going to say what it might be looking like. Anyway, you work it out yourself. And then all you're doing is you've got your length of nose there. You're just going to stab into it to firm it up, and you're mainly stabbing in the area that you've rolled up, so that this is the bit that was the folded edge at the top, which now has been rolled in, and you're going to felt this down, and now you can start shaping your nose, whether you want it to be long or whether you want it to be short and sort of almost like potato like, either way, or maybe you just leave it to potluck or whatever it turns out to be. We can still shape it once it's fastened to the face, so don't worry if it's not the perfect nose. We can still shape it. We do a bit of cosmetic surgery once it's on the face. So once that has sort of firmed up, then you can look at the nose. If it's not big enough at all, then just add more layers of the pink. Just wrap them around it, because that's the great thing about needle felting, is that you can always add more. And just to remind people, I'm using wool bats, so BATTS. These are particularly useful for doing quick needle felting because they're great for 3D shaping, and they really want to be felted down fast. So I've got one end that's nicely felted, it's quite firm there, and then one end that's not felted at all, and that end I'm going to open up now. So if you thought he's going to have he or she will have a completely enormous long nose, that's not going to be the case, because I need to open this up, because that is the bit that I'm now felting onto my wedge. Yes, no rude comments, please. Right, I'm going to do this by spreading the loose unfelted fibers out and by stabbing them into the face first of all, because that basically means now I am attaching the nose, and now I can work a little bit more on it. So if you're making a wizard, and this is where it becomes handy to know, to kind of know the difference. If you're making a wizard, then maybe I can show you this with photos. So the nose of the witch, in my view, but there's no, by no means, there's no law that your wizard can't have a knobbly nose. For me, a witch has more of a knobbly nose, like quite broad, and a wizard has got a pointy nose with a hook, like sort of a slightly hooked nose. That is what I imagine them to be. But you can make the nose of your witch and wizard whatever shape you like. It can be a button nose for all that it's worth. I really don't mind. And I'm just stabbing into the nose all around, because now you can also make it slightly shorter. Can you notice I'm going along, if I show it here, I'm going along the nose, parallel to the nose almost, into the nose itself, but also into the head, to make the nose slightly shorter, and also still firming it up. And you can also work on the shaping of the nose by just stabbing into it. This is when it's handy to have a felting mat, so that you can lay it on there as you please. You could even lay it onto an edge like that and felt into it and make it the shape that you want it to be. So or just leave it to random. Do whatever you want to do. This is the great thing about doing the witch and the wizard. Their noses can be totally random, and yeah, totally what you want them to be. The next thing we're going to do is, if you're making a witch, and I haven't done this with the wizard, if you're making a witch, because the witch has got the whole face showing, whereas the wizard has got his beard in the way. So the wizard's nose has got that sort of slight dent on the top, which you can also add later by just adding a bit of pink over it. But we're not so worried about the bottom half of the face, because it's completely covered with a beard. Whereas the witch, this one here, she has got, obviously she must have something here, because that part of the face is not covered with a beard, unless your witch has got a beard, which would look quite funny. So for the witch, but not the wizard, we're repeating the process of making a chin now, but slightly smaller, as we did with the nose. So I'm making another extra shape, folding my flat piece of pink into half, which is a bit smaller than what I used for the nose, rolling this up as well, there, and felting it down like I did before, with just felting one area more than the other, and that's going to be like a really protruding chin. So she's got a very potato face. And for the wizard, if you want to give him more of a sort of a intelligent look, you can make him an extra bit on his forehead, and I'll show you that as well in a minute. So that's the sort of two variations already, where we're now diverting into different areas. So the witch and the wizard have both got the noses. The witch, you can give a protruding chin, which is definitely smaller than the nose, but still quite a big thing that's sticking out. And I'm doing this exactly the same way as I did with the nose. I just fluff up, open up the fluff, put it on the bottom of her face, so she's got the nose there, and then the chin here, and stab that in. All you've got to be mindful of is that you've got a wire inside your head shape here, and so don't hit that with your needle. And again, you can reduce that shape a lot by just stabbing into it from a shallow angle to make it smaller. we're still not so worried about what the actual cover looks like. We just want to get the shapes on now. So now I've got in profile, I told you it looks like, in fact, I've just recently harvested potatoes. They look just like that with little bits sticking out, which is quite funny. I'm going to go on to the commons in a minute so that you can finish off the faces of your witch or wizard. If you're making a wizard, then the bit that I was referring to make the protruding forehead is that you actually use a bit of the pink and roll it up into a sausage without folding it, and just lay it on top of his forehead like that, and then just stab it in. We're going to cover the whole of the face with a layer of pink in a minute, so it really doesn't matter if you've got you could do that with a witch as well, actually. So these are the 3 facial features that we're adding. Maybe there are only 2 in your case, but you're adding a nose, okay, this one here. Then with a witch, it looks really good to have that sort of chin that comes out, and it looks weird when you don't know what you're doing here, but as soon as you see when it's finished, it makes perfect sense to have that sticking out there. And with a wizard, you can give him a stronger forehead, so it's not just flat, but it actually sort of has a bit of a bulge there. And or you can do all of it and then just see where you go. Maybe it hasn't decided yet whether it's going to be a witch or a wizard, or maybe it's going to be a witchet. How about that? Make a witchet. That'd be fun. And yeah, could be both. It's entirely up to you what you're doing. So at the moment, this is the stage I'm at. It looks like a potato with a not very nice surface cover, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to get the features onto that head now, and I'm going to see what the commons are doing, and if we've got any more magic spells. And in the meantime, you can catch up if you're not quite there yet, but that's basically what we're doing. And if you've got any questions, then do fire away and ask the question. I just hold this up to you as well so you can see it in relation to everything else around it. That's what it's looking like at the moment. Not an attractive, it's probably not the kind of face that you're going to fall in love with just yet, but maybe soon. Right, so what else have we got? Oh, thank you, Pam, for asking how we all are. We're actually really good, thank you. Yeah, no, really good. I did spend some hours this weekend in A&E with one of my daughters. That was not so funny, but oh, and Fanny says, hocus pocus po, I will make a witch. Oh no, hocus pocus poo, I will make a witch or two. Where did that po come from? I probably didn't want to say poo. Serena is here as well now, and lots of comments. I want to read them all, but I think if I did, I'll just be sitting here reading all the comments, and then if you're watching on YouTube anytime after that, you're just going to be absolutely bored. Oh, Sophie is here as well. Hi, Sophie. How big is the ball going to be? I think I answered that question, Erica. So spooky season, definitely spooky, Pam. Hope you spotted all the spooky things. Let's just see. Have you spotted all the spooky things? So we have got ghosts hanging here. The tutorial for that one is going to come up. We also have got, you can't see the spiders actually, they're in the spider web up here, but lots of spider web, lots of cobwebs. They're probably about the size of what my spider webs at home look like. And the other thing I really want to tell you about is that it's probably still okay time-wise if you wanted to get involved this weekend in our Zoom workshop sessions, and this is all initiated through the Handmade Festival, where we normally go every year, and we absolutely love that festival. If you ever have the chance to go to it, it's usually in September around about this time. You must go. It's like a great big British garden party with lots of absolutely amazing food, lots of absolutely amazing beverages, including special gins. I've had the best ever gin there. I'm not allowed to drink while I'm there because I'm also driving every day. Also, alcohol and me doesn't agree. I just curl up somewhere in the corner and go to sleep. So it's the antidote of fun for me. And but we always have really amazing workshops, and so we're trying to recreate some of that fun in on Zoom workshops. And you can still get your pack to make one of these beauties. That's obviously a peacock, needle felted peacock. And at the handmade fair or festival, people would just wear it as a brooch, or maybe a hat decoration, or sometimes on their rucksack. Sometimes they just walk around with it. And the picture that because these workshops are usually full with, well, they're always booked out, and there's 100 people in a massive tent, and I teach 100 people all at the same time, and they all come out with these fantastic makes. Last year we did the flamingos. So the peacock workshop pack is still available. You need to do two things. You need to go onto our website and buy the workshop pack, and then you need to go onto the Handmade Festival page to buy your Zoom ticket. So that there's two things coming together. It's just only two things. At least it's not 10. It's just two. And you can still participate. So the peacock is the Saturday. This Saturday I'll be doing that at 12 p.m. You do need your Zoom ticket and ideally your pack. And then you can also buy a pack to make a little, well, I think the cat one we're pushing it, but it's possible. But you can certainly make a little curled up dog during the Zoom session. And I think that looks really nice as a little brooch as well, or a little decoration. Maybe you've got a dog lover who you want to make a little treat for. And you can make your own kind of breed, because you get all these colors in your pack anyway. So yes, if you want to do this one, then the dog one is on Sunday at 2:30. The cat one is on Friday at 2:30. Might just about get it to you, but I wouldn't take any talk. And the dog one, there's a good chance that we'll get that workshop pack to you. So you've got to do it now. That's the only thing. Don't think about it, just go and do it. It's not a lot of money, and we'll have lots and lots of fun. And then I want to see how you're all zipping your gin and tonics, or I don't know, how you're eating nice food. Maybe you have a special cake that you've baked, and we'll just all pretend we're together in the same room and doing the same things. Right, I'm going to go have a quick look at the comments again in case I'm missing anything. Yeah, I do quite soft felts, but that's usually is because I'm rushing things. I'm actually quite a solid felter, but that's when I've got the luxury of time. Okay. Okay, I want to make sense of all the comments, but I can't because there's just too many. Oh, I've got another spell here. That's a good one. Inky, pinky, gobble, goo, wool and wonder spells are true. Ah, that's a nice one, Alex. I like that one. And Diana says, wickety woo, I may be a witch, but I still love you. Oh, that's a nice one too. You're all so creative. Oh, I don't know what I could have. Oh, my first two return were called Hocus and Pocus. Okay, my first two return. Somebody's gonna tell me what that means, but I guess somebody was called Hocus and some was called Pocus. Oh, rats, not return. My first two rats were called Hocus and Pocus. Oh, I've got a good rat story. I have to tell you that one as well. So, oh yeah, I will tell you that just very quickly while. So basically, my two older children, they wanted, we've gone through all the pets in the whole wide world. We've had them all, gerbils, who've had their tails bitten off by cats. We've had, we've still got most of the pets, tortoises and cats and dogs and hamsters and everything. And anyways, the rats, obviously, at some point they wanted a rat. So we bought our two oldest ones a rat each, and they were called Crumble and something else, which was also in itself really confusing because we had a cat called Tumble, a rat called Crumble, and a dog called Bramble. So that was like a whole mouthful. And then my 3-year-old, she piped up. She said, I want a rat too. So, what do? We already had 2 rats. The third one in the cage wouldn't make a difference. So we went back and we got another rat. And we said, what's your rat going to be called then? And she said, Froggy. So we had that rat. It was called Froggy, which I thought was hilarious, because you'd never expect a rat to be called Froggy, right? So anyway, that's my little rat story. Buffering. I'm sorry about this. Somebody tell me if it's unbearable, because then I can do something about it. But it does say that the data is now getting a bit, it's all been spent with all these amazing comments. Somebody put a spell out there to stop it from buffering. So what have we got? Alakazam, Alakazoo, Abracadabra, and Bobbidi Boo. Witch or a wizard? Which one to do? Hocus pocus, it's up to you. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Carol. Okay. Helen says, managing to felt along. So far, my thumbs are holding out. Oh, yeah, you have bad thumbs, haven't you? Well done, Helen. Good job. Good job. I might do a little bit. I might do something about the buffering. So just bear with me for a second. I'll try. I'll try and get it a little bit better. Sorry, need to be silent to do that. Right, let's get back to the witch. Let me know how the buffering is doing. I changed it a slightly little bit. So there's my witch or wizard. I still haven't decided actually yet. Maybe you haven't decided yet either. But now we need to add some more details to it. So if you are felting away still, and now you find that there are bits of you know, parts of it that don't look so nice, then you could, as a next step, you could just use little wisps of wool, and just we're not bothering about the back of the head, because in both cases they are completely covered up. So now you can add some extra bits to your creatures to your heads by just adding dusting of pink over the top and felt this down. If you wanted to have a smoother finish, though I don't think it matters with a witch or wizard, you can go to a smaller needle. I'm using a medium needle. In fact, I'm using the medium triangular needle that we have got in our set, which also reminds me, watch out for our competition next week and the week after, because on one of them you will be able to win yourself a mega mix, the needles mega mix, which has got every single one of our needles that we sell in there for you to try. And in the week after that, you can win yourself an amethyst cathedral pack, so you can make a nice sparkly amethyst to go with your witch and wizard. It's got all the lovely colors in there that you want to surround them with. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm adding more wool all around to sort of get rid of any blemishes, or maybe you want to add a bit more bulk to it. Use smaller wisps and use bigger patches, like you did with the forehead. If you've done that, if you want to add some cheekbones into it, then add these first. This is sort of extra to what we're saying here in the instructions. Add these first, so they look kind of a bit ugly, but then cover them with a dusting of the pink, just to cover it up. So I'm just giving I think I'm gonna do a witch again. I'm just giving my witch some cheeks, because she's been eating lots of little children. No, she hasn't. She's a nice witch, this one. She's been eating something else. Lots of potatoes she's been eating, which is why her head looks like a potato. And put that in there. Incidentally, if you remember, we did a live stream on how to make a broom for the witch, which the broom for the witch, which is here. There you go. There you are. And also we did the spiders, so I'm just going to grab one, that one. We did the spiders as well, so you can do the broom and the spiders to accessorize your witch and wizard. There is actually a video on YouTube, which I am going to find Am I going to find the thing? Yes, I am. So this is what that looked like. So it's this was the Spider and Broom live stream. We did a couple of weeks or so ago, maybe longer even. And I'm just going to go to this setting again here because we're still working on, look at this. This looks so funny now. Don't even know which way around anymore, but it will be fine. It will be fine. So if anybody is interested in different needle sizes and what to use for what, I have a rule of thumb. Always go with a coarser needle. If the coarser needle bounces off the wool, so say if I had a really coarse needle now, it's not, you might just be able to see it. It's sort of, it really, I have to push it quite hard into the right places for it to go in. It's not going in easily, and even then it's sort of, can you see how it's actually more bouncy than doing much? If that is the case, then go down a needle size. This is much better. This actually doesn't look so bouncy. It goes straight in. Can you see how it's not looking like it's just making, you know, pushing the wool out of the way rather than going through it? If you've got a really, so this is now the perfect needle. If you, at some point, if you start needle felting and you've got a needle, I don't even know if I've got a super fine needle here, and it goes straight in and you can't hear this very satisfying rasping noise, then you're probably using too small a needle, and then you just go up the needle size. That's just a rule of thumb that I go by if I'm trying to use needles, and as you get more experienced, you know straight away which needle to pick up when you see the wool or when you feel the wool. Sometimes it's you think that you need a coarse needle, but actually the coarse needle, because the fiber is already quite dense, it doesn't have to be long or short fibered. That's not the telling factor. Even if it's just dense, it can feel like the coarser needle doesn't fit. So basically, that is sort of a, without telling you, oh, with this wool you always use a 38, with this wool you always use a 40. So the numbers I've just mentioned is actually the wire gauge. So I'm just going to tidy the back of the head up a bit by felting it down a bit more. And you can do the same. So felt all over the head. And then if you want to, and you can see that this sort of looks sort of a bit more like it's just attached, this is where you use your pink wool and add a bit to it. Yeah, that's sort of a brief rule about the needles. If you're an advanced needle felter, you will get, or even as a beginner, you will soon enough find out what are your favorite needles. I absolutely love the twisted needles, saying that I am usually at the moment working with, I think this is the triangular needle, which is lovely, that medium 38 gauge. Just try them out, which is why that mega mix is going to be perfect for those who are going to win themselves one. And I give you a little bit longer to come up with your magic spells. When I get to the point of starting on the hands, that's the cutoff line. So I will remind you again, you've got a little bit more. We're still working on the face of the witch, but when I get to showing you the hands the first time round, I will repeat this on part 2. Then that's the cutoff line for your spells. No more spells after that can win you your beeswax balm pack. So my in case you can't tell, but these are cheeks. These are chubby cheeks. This is the chin. This is the nose, and I've also given my witch a slight protruding forehead, even though that was reserved for the wizard, but it doesn't really matter. Now what I want to do next is I want to add like, if you imagine, this is where the eyes are going to go, so I'm making indentation here now. So work a little bit more on where the finer features are going on now, like the eyes. So make an indentation where the eyes are going. That just helps you to orient yourself where the face and yeah, where you're heading with this. Okay. And then this is where the mouth is going to be. So I'm making an indentation here as well, where the mouth is going. So I'm literally giving, I can already hint at these features by just giving it indentation. So I've done it here where the eyes are, and there where the mouth is going to be. And now I'm going to add some of this pink wool where the mouth is going. Now remember, if you're doing a wizard, you do not need the step that I'm doing now. All of this lower part of the face is going to be utterly unimportant what you're doing now, because it's hidden by the beard. So I'm going to add a bit of pink into her mouth now. There. She's still got some beetle juice around her mouth, of all the juicy beetles she's been eating earlier. Or maybe it was just tomato juice. So giving her a bit of a mouth here now. And then I really like it when you can use that wool to color in. And don't worry about giving her big lips, because I'm sort of imagining she's an old witch with maybe just one tooth left, and so her mouth has fallen in a bit. But if you want to give her full lips, you can do that too. It's entirely up to you. This one is an old witch. And then you can use a little bit of this pink to give her blushy, is that a word? Blushed cheeks. Just very, very little, just a little hint there. And do this on the other side as well. And we also need to give her a great big warts on her nose, of course. And for that, we're using this natural orange, and we mix it with a little bit of the flesh pink. So you've got your two here, and to mix wool, you just lay them on top of each other, the two types of wool, and pull them apart and put them on top again, and pull them apart and put them on top again, and so on. And then I only use one batch of this. I roll it into a tight little ball, like a miniature, sort of like, I don't know, smaller than a pea. I want to say a bogey, but then I always get into trouble. And then you just put this wherever you want it to go, say on the chin, and then watch your fingers, but just stab it on around the edges first, so to keep it like a nice little round shape. And then you can stab it, so that fastens it on, and then you can stab into it. It really, there is no beauty contest which has got the nicest wart. So the uglier the better. And then and also where you place it is entirely up to you. I'm just going to give that a bit more stabbing there. And then you can add another one on the top of her nose. That's fun. Just roll this into another ball. Just use your fingers to roll it out. There. Looks that big now. I'll put this onto her nose. Just here. Actually, put it on the other side, so she's got a wart on each side of the face. There. So stab it around the edges first, like I'm doing, going around the outside, like that. And then if you want to, you can stab into the center to make it a bit more smaller, or maybe you like it big. There you go. That sort of looks like it's a nice mix, those two pinks together, because it's not quite as vibrant, but it looks, yeah. And you can carry on if you want, give more. And then if you want to, you can use a little bit of the white that you've got and make a hint of a tooth. And for this, you, instead of rolling it into a ball, you actually almost sort of twisting it into the shape of a rice grain. So just twist it between your fingers and maybe fold it in half. If it's too long, fold it in half again. Just keep using your fingers. I hope you can do this, Helen, with your sore hands. And then just lay it onto the mouth like that, and stab it in only on one side, and let it sort of hang out. That's the tooth. Okay, so just let it protrude, like it's just one of the, can you see it there? It's just literally there, the tooth sticking out. And you can add another one if you like. And then we're now doing, the next part is the eyes, and for this we need a bit of this green there, and we're going to put a bit of green into her eye socket there, like that. Okay, so you're going to felt this down like that, and I'm literally following my own instructions to do this. You can do this in green, or you can do it in white, but I quite like it, especially with a witch that she's got green eyes. If you So if you're struggling to keep up now, I will slow down a little bit, but we are getting to the end of this. And what I will do is, while you're finishing your face, I will do the hands, but the hands is not something you need to do with me, because I'm going to repeat that again at the beginning of the sec part 2, but it will give you a good idea of whether you are happy to do the hands that you that come in the pack, or whether you want to do the hands that come in the hands pack. It just gives you more of a choice if I'm doing that. So you can still finish your face of the witch while I'm talking about the hands. I just want to show you where you're going next. So if you have you've got as far as this, you've added, maybe you haven't added the warts yet, but then just do it in your own time. Put the eyes in with a green on either side. If you're doing the wizard, then use just the white, and then you might have even added a little tooth. If I was to not do some of it right now, then I would just leave the tooth, because you can add that anytime. And what you're doing next is you're using a bit of the black, and you're literally surrounding the eye with an eyeliner. And for this you need to twist this bit of black, tiny amount of black, into a long strand. And then you start at one part of the eye, and you work your way around the whole of the eye, surrounding the green. If your wool strand is too long, don't worry, just tear some off gently. Don't tear it off too much, because you'll just pull it out again. Now, if you don't want to do this, because it gives the witch quite a sinister look, it's quite an evil look, then don't do this. If you want it to be a friendly witch, then you don't have to do that. But if you are doing it, you have to do it obviously on both eyes. And that's sort of like adding an eyeliner all around, and keep it really on the outside of the green. So don't cover the green up, because we want the full benefit of that green eye. Or you could just do it at the bottom, or just at the top, if you want to. And if you want to reduce the size of it, then just felt it down more. And then as a final thing to do with the face, you are going to open up your pack that has got the eyes in, and make sure that you keep the two pairs safe, because you have got an extra pair for either the witch or the wizard, whichever one you haven't made. Take them out, put these in. And to fasten the eyes in, you're just poking the witch in the eye with your felting needle, unless you've got an awl, and you make a big hole there. Okay, give it a jiggle once you've got your needle sunk in quite a lot. Don't give it a jiggle when your needle is only just sunk in, because you'll break your needle. And that will have made a big hole, can you see? And then you sink your eye in there straight away, there, like that. And then you repeat that on the other side. Make sure you don't poke yourself into the hand as the needle comes out at the other side. Give it a jiggle and a wriggle. Put the eye in, like that. So now you've got a witch that's looking at you, there. And we need to just glue the eye in properly. For this, if you've got our glue stick or this our glue bottle, in any case, it's best to have a really have one with a very narrow nozzle, and then just put a dab of glue behind the eye. Don't take the eye out again. Of course, this glue is now jammed up. It's just what I expected. I'll just find another. You can obviously unplug this. Not unplug it. Yeah, unplug it, I suppose. You can unclog it if you like. Or you could find another bottle, or maybe not. Oh, I'm just going to unplug it with a needle. It's probably just a tiny bit of glue stuck in there, so not a big deal. Let's see if that has done the trick. Aha! Right, there's the glue coming out. Just behind the eye, push the eye back in, and your eyes are now ready to just dry the white of the glue will dry away completely transparent. So if you've overspilled a bit, don't worry about it. And I'm just gonna go big because I can show this to you better by coming close. Oh, she looks actually quite harmless. She looks quite sweet. There you go. Massive big nose, this witch. Yeah, some ugly warts is going on there, and quite some confused eyes at the moment. But that's how far I've got with my head now. And as I said, if you want to catch up, then you can, while I'm just giving you a quick preview on the hands. So you can either make hands that look like that, all intricate with the fingers, just to repeat this. Okay, also I should just say this is now the cutoff for your spooky spell. So if you haven't given us an idea of a spooky spell, then well, you can still do it, but you're not going to win the beeswax balm pack. And we will be announcing a winner very shortly too. So if you want to make these, intricate hands, then you can do this with our hands pack, which is not too late to buy it for this particular project, because you can just literally get it now. Make sure you get it posted, maybe even with 24-hour Royal Mail, so that it comes before the next session next week on Tuesday. And if you're not fussed about this and you want to make the hands that are more like mittens, which we also use, by the way, with our gnome and our Father Christmas edition Tomte kit. So this is if you wondered how they're made and you were worried about giving this project a go, at least you know how to make the hands now. And they look like that basically. So this is the set of hands that I'm going to show you now how to make it. But don't worry if you're not doing this with me. I'm doing this to show you, and then I'll repeat this next week. And I'm just going to do this quickly here, close up again. So for this you need your pipe cleaner, which you get in the Witch and Wizard pack. And then you need some of that pink wool. And then you're going to wrap your end of the pipe cleaner sort of about, now what did we say in terms of measurement? In your Witch and Wizard pack you get a separate instruction sheet just to make these arms. There is actually something written normally. Just need to find it. Hang on. I've got it. Have I got it? Oh, I don't know. I need to double check that, why that is not with this. Okay, I will check this out, but you should get your separate hand pack. If you haven't got it in your Witch and Wizard pack, shout now, because you should have got that. So we're going to start wrapping this around the end of the pipe cleaner as neatly as you can. So sometimes it's easier to turn the pipe cleaner and have the wool sort of between your fingers and let it just slip through as you're winding it up. And then when you get to the end of the pipe cleaner, you can leave the wool there, or you can just get rid of it. So you've got your hand part, and this is about 5 to 6 centimeters. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bend this in once, like that. And then you're going up again in the smallest, with the smallest bend that you can do. And then you go down again. So you've made the thumb first and then the rest of the hand. So it's like a bend down, a bend up, and then a bend down again. And then you're going to use wool to wrap the whole lot up. If you're a nurse, you'll be really extra good with this, because it's like putting a bandage on a hand. So you have to go around the thumb separately, keep that nice and thin. It's better to add several layers than to add so much at the beginning. So I need to make a start here again. So keep a nice thin layer so that your hands, then you can get rid of it at the end. You can then wrap more of the arm in pink as well. You could even give it sort of very slight stubs between the pipe cleaner, either when you stub straight into it, go between the pipe cleaner lengths, or go along it so that you're stubbing sort of along it. Can you see that? I'm stubbing along it rather than into it. So that is basically how you would make the hands, to make the very the simple hand, as we call it. Or you can make a more intricate hand with the individual fingers. It's a great hand pack. I would definitely have a go at that, because that also works for tiny little animal hands, like for example for mice or little hamsters, you know, the sort of the ones that have got more intricate little fingers almost, and you have a choice of using different color wool as well, so you get the pinks and the browns in here. It also reminds me, if you want to have a go at completely different skin colors, we have got a skin tone mix, which is absolutely, so I keep turning it the wrong way around because I'm used to the camera being the other way. That one, I absolutely love this, because you get 4 colors. Just going to open this up. You get 4 colors of tops in really nice skin colors here. In fact, you get 5. I missed one. There's a dark brown there as well. And then you also get similar colors in bats. So 1 color less, but similar tones. And that is just a really good pack to... it's great for animal colors. It's great for different skin tones. So this is a good pack to have. And you get a total of 90 grams in the whole pack, so a good amount of it as well, because you use very little when you, especially when you make little hands, or if you only need to cover the surface. Right, I will come back to the hands next week, so don't worry about this. But for now, I'm going to have a look at who's actually been the winner, and the winner is Deb 13292. I like your surname, Deb. Well done. You're going to be posted the beeswax balm hearts, and yes, so that's basically it. I hope that I haven't moved too fast. If any of you have ever got any feedback for us, we're really open to it. Just give us a message, give us the thumbs up on YouTube, tell your friends about it, get subscribing, tell friends to subscribe. We really want to get many more people on our YouTube channel, and so you are the only ones that can ask to do this right now. And don't forget to give us the thumbs up as well. I think there's probably somewhere one of these things that I should show you for the thumbs up as well, but I have no idea where it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you now. Just give us the thumbs up. And if you want to tell us anything, just email us. We're at info@themakers.co.uk. Share what you've been making at the Makers. Everyone a maker. No, it's that one actually, that side. Everyone a Maker Facebook page. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we are on I'm sure we're on something else which I've forgotten now, and we've also got a Happy Place forum on our website. If you don't do social media at all, you don't need to miss out. Just share anything that you've made or that you need to know with us on the Happy Place forum. And remember, you can rewatch this on Thursday, which is the 10th of September, on Facebook at 7 p.m. and we will be there to support you as well. And it's going to be like a fun watch party. So if you need to catch up on any of the tutorial, you can of course rewatch the YouTube video, or you can just go onto Facebook at 7 p.m. That's British summer time. So if you're elsewhere in the world, then you can. Oh, I think I've got a thingy for that as well. Oh, I have no idea what I've got. Hang on, let me find. I know I've got something here. Don't go away. That one. There. Got it all in one page. Don't need to listen to me waffling. So, and I can read it too. So it's we're live on YouTube Tuesday at 1 p.m, which is what you're looking at now. Every week we're now having a competition with a giveaway, and then we replay the live chat on Facebook on Thursdays at 7 p.m. That's British summertime as well. And if you're elsewhere in the world, you can read the bits at the bottom there too. So that's basically, I would say, hang on, I just need to get out of here. No, I am in of there. Hang on. Oh my goodness, all these buttons. Help, somebody help me. Okay, back here now. So we've got as far as this today with the witch. I've given you a taster for the hands and the arms. And next time we're going to start we're going to make the arms, definitely, and then attach them to the body, and then we're going to start dressing the witch or the wizard, whichever one you're planning on making. And then we're in part 3, we're going to finish dressing the witch and the wizard, and we're going to give we're making the hat in part 3. And remember to tune in, because not only can you make some amazing creatures and needle felted objects, you can also win a prize. So I hope that you've had a good time. Just quickly catch up with the comments, but I think everybody's been well looked after by Emma at the other side. And remember, if you're watching this later on YouTube, you might not see any of these comments, so you won't have a clue what I've been talking about. But that's basically it from me. So and I made a note to myself to stop waffling at the end, because as Sophie pointed out, you just don't want to say goodbye, and she's quite right. I don't want to say goodbye, so I never quite know when to say goodbye, and you must all be sitting at the other end. Just go away, Steffi, you're done, just go away. So I'm saying goodbye now, okay? This is the official goodbye. Bye, everybody. Bye. I'm still saying goodbye. Yes, bye.